I need to figure out like an intro. I'm gonna be real. I don't know how to. I'm gonna figure it out. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. Welcome back to Solace. I hope you've been well. I hope you've eaten your favorite food. I hope you have switched over to strictly water. Not strictly water. Let me not say that, because there are some beverages that kind of hit. That do hit. But I digress. At least 70% of your beverages are water. That would be immaculate work. Today we're going to be talking about the present. There's a particular order that I wanted to go in with these videos: the past, the future, and the present, because the present is the only thing that is happening now. You could technically say the same thing with the past and the future, because all of it is happening at once, but the present is the thing that you're currently in, right? So this one, I honestly feel like I have to talk about in multiple different ways. In this video, I'm talking about it in the form of time, because the way that we perceive the present compared to how it is to be in the now, I feel like those are like two sides of the same coin, but the explanations will end up being a little different. But for this one, I will say this is one of those things that I have like grown up noticing, and throughout my life I was always trying to like understand like why it was that I perceived things the way I did in comparison to others. And I just want to ask you these things, and you tell me if this sounds about right to you. Growing up, there was always a habit of mine to notice that some things just didn't make sense. And in the way that, like, if you were to consciously pay attention to them, you could actively see the faults in things like systems that are created and just the things that people tend to do. Now, the importance of being present, and this kind of relates with what I mean by being in the now, is that you notice that if you were to stop and just listen to the noise around you, you will see and hear how much it does not make sense. And with being present, what I've realized is that this system that is currently being curated for us, it is ultimately made to take us out of being present. There was a study done in like fucking 2020 or some shit. Regardless, it was pretty recent, where they came down to the conclusion that we have the attention span of that is like 0.1 second off from that of a goldfish, and we're losing. That's no good. That's no good, because while we enter the flow state is a whole nother thing, but if you know, you know, we enter it through chaos, being fluent in that chaos. What's happening now is we're becoming so disrupted with all of these forms of activities and distractions around us that we have no conscious control over our actions, because the information loop we get from over here is influencing this information loop that we had from like 2 months ago, and that one's been influencing this one that we've had for like 3 months, and that one, etc., etc. It's really putting us in a position of losing ourselves. To not be present is to lose yourself. And we actually do this in a lot of different ways, particularly with smoking. Now, this is one that hits me too. It hits me in my heart. I understand, because I love some herb. I do. But what I like to ask people now is, do you know why you smoke? Now, there are some people that literally just like I've seen it. I used to be this, that will function a little bit better off of weed, just because of the chemicals, I guess, in your brain. I'm not a scientist. However, for the majority of the people I've seen smoke weed, 9 times out of 10, it's a coping mechanism. And this doesn't just go with that, of course, with alcohol and any other addiction, for the most part, that you use to ease the pain and the weight of the world. While I understand, you're disengaging with yourself. And it's really sad to see that we have created a world that is so targeted towards making people fearful of themselves, and then providing all of the different ways to avoid tapping in with the self. And then by the end of it, that part of yourself is so far in the back of your mind, it can sometimes take double the amount of time to get that part back. So what I like to do with these videos is try to find ways to keep you from digging that hole any deeper than you already have. Because climbing out of it with your bare hands, especially with different weathers, it's been a little rainy recently, you're going to keep sliding back down. So main focus of what I'm trying to say is slow down. I feel like the way the world's gone recently, we've kind of gotten to the point where we feel like we have to always be doing this and this and this and this and this and this. You don't. What you need to do is calm the fuck down. What you need to do is take a step back and try to realize what it is that you want in this present moment. Because all we have is the time that we are engaging with now. And be grateful for it. I feel like there tends to be a lot of time where once we start zoning out, we forget all of the things that we have around us at this point in time, because we're so far out thinking about the things that we've had or the things that we want to have. Pay attention to what you already have, because you already have everything you need. Just give yourself time to see what that is. I love yapping, but I'm going to change that word out for cooking, because I feel like I'm starting to cook meals. So with that, I guess I can actually give a suggestion for this too, with being present. How do I become more presently aware? A lot of people recommend meditation, but I know for a lot of people to meditate right now, and they've never done it before, or they've tried it before for like 10 minutes and they were like, nah, I'm gonna do my own thing. 9 times out of 10 is because you're constantly thinking about way too much to stay still. So I'm gonna say, understandably so, but also understand that you can meditate anywhere. Meditation is the state where you are able to. Now, I'm not going to sit here and make up a definition, but I'm going to say the meditative state is a very relaxed state of mind that you are able to sort through thoughts through either breath work or any form of release in the body, I would say. So people do yoga as a physical form of meditation. You're still moving, you're not staying still. That's the main point I'm trying to say. You don't have to stay still to meditate. Just give yourself time to consciously think, or to turn your brain off in a way that isn't disassociative from your reality. I can do more looking into other forms of that, if you would like to have such a source. But like I said, figuring out the method is getting done, so don't worry about that. I'm saving a lot of the more main topics for once I'm in a state where I don't have to record off of my phone, so please do be patient with that. This is going to become such a fun little, this is like a main quest. I wouldn't call this a side quest. Yeah, this is going to be a nice little theme though, for sure. If you've enjoyed what I've said today, please, let me not say please, that's begging. Drop me a like, I'd appreciate it. If you didn't like what I said, dislike the video. I understand. If what I've said has made sense to you, share the video, with anybody you feel like may need to hear it. And if you like me, subscribe for more. You'll get to see more of me. Thank you again for listening.